It is 2:25 in the morning. While the rest of the world is deep in sleep, John is wide awake, staring at the ceiling in silence. He isn't awake because of caffeine or noise. He is awake because of a deep, paralyzing fear that keeps his heart racing in the dark night. The fear that if he doesn't wake up tomorrow to sell 8 hours of his life, his income will simply vanish into thin air immediately. He realizes he is trapped in a cycle where his survival depends entirely on his physical presence and his limited daily energy at the office. Did you know that 78% of workers are living paycheck to paycheck, barely covering their debts from one month to the very next? They are selling their most precious asset, time. Once that time is gone, it can never be reclaimed or replaced, no matter how much they earn. John looks at his bank balance and sees the truth. He is a modern-day laborer, trading his vitality for a number that barely keeps him afloat. The equation of trading time for money is a trap. It has a ceiling, a limit that prevents true wealth from ever being built or sustained. He decides tonight is the night things must change. He can no longer afford to sleep while his financial future remains so incredibly fragile. Time is ticking away. Every second spent in this cycle is a second lost. John reaches for his laptop, his hands trembling with a new purpose. The biggest mistake we make is believing that working harder is the only way to get richer. But labor is finite, while systems are infinite. Labor requires your breath, your sweat, and your constant attention. If you stop, the money stops. That is the definition of active income traps. To break free, John needs a paradigm shift. He must stop working for money and start building something that works for him while he sleeps. One man carries buckets, exhausting himself every day just to get a sip. He is the personification of the traditional, tired, 9-to-5 employee. The other man spends his time building a pipeline. It's hard work at first, and he gets no water while he is still building it. But once the pipeline is finished, the water flows forever. He can sleep, and the water still comes. This is the power of passive income. This is where the concept of the money printing machine begins. It is not a myth. It is a system designed to generate consistent value. John realizes that the wealthy don't have more hours in a day. They just have more systems working for them simultaneously at all times. The goal isn't to find a better job, but to create a mechanism that detaches your income from the hours you spend working on it. John starts to see the blueprint. He isn't looking for a quick win. He is looking to build his very first digital money-making engine. He begins with his greatest asset, his knowledge. He realizes that what he knows can be packaged and sold as a valuable digital product. He starts writing an ebook. It is a guide that solves a specific, painful problem for a niche audience he understands very well. Creating the product is the foundation. It's a one-time effort that can be sold thousands of times without any extra work from John himself. But John learns a hard truth. Making the product is only 10% of the journey. Most people stop here and wonder why they fail. The other 90% is the pipeline. You need a way to lead people to your product consistently through effective and automated marketing channels. Every evening after his day job, John spends 1 hour learning SEO and social media algorithms to build his audience and gain visibility. He doesn't just spam links, he builds trust. He shows up in communities, solves problems for free, and builds a reputation as an expert. The digital machine doesn't need a physical storefront. It needs a flow of attention, a stream of traffic that moves toward his solution. Then it happens, a $5 sale. It's small, but it's the most important money he has ever earned in his entire adult life. It proves the system works. He wasn't at a desk. He was eating dinner when that money arrived. The machine has officially started breathing. Capital isn't just money. Capital is the persistence to build the ecosystem. The small gains are the seeds of a much larger forest. But then comes the wall. John starts seeing ads for crypto, dropshipping, and AI automation. He feels like he's falling behind already. Information overload is the silent killer of progress. It makes you feel like you are doing everything while you are actually doing nothing. Do you feel like John? Drowning in a sea of how-to videos while your own projects sit unfinished and gathering digital dust? The expert trap tells you that you need more information. But information without execution is just a very expensive form of procrastination. Stop. Breathe. The secret isn't doing everything at once. The secret is choosing one path and walking it until it leads somewhere real. John closes 30 tabs. He decides to ignore the noise and focus entirely on perfecting his one, simple, working digital product funnel. He chooses depth over breadth. He decides to be a master of one system before he ever dreams of building a second one. Clarity is power. By narrowing his focus, John regains his energy and his productivity triples because he is no longer distracted by shiny objects. He is no longer a student of theory. He is a practitioner of reality. He is building, testing, and refining his unique machine every day. John learns a vital lesson. Work on your business, not in it. He starts looking for ways to automate every repetitive task he performs. Automation doesn't mean hiring a huge team. For a solo entrepreneur, automation is the software that works while you are away. He sets up a system. Payment is processed, the product is delivered, and a thank you email is sent. All without John touching a button. He is now free to think about growth rather than maintenance. His employee is a series of interconnected scripts and software that never tire. One afternoon, he checks his phone. $325 in profit. And he spent the whole morning just reading a book. He finally understands what it means to own your time. The code he wrote and the systems he built are his most loyal workers. He doesn't spend that money on a new gadget. He sees it as seed capital. He treats his profit as fuel for the next phase. This is the financial flywheel. The more profit he reinvests, the more traffic he can buy, and the faster his machine generates more wealth. John's digital machine is just the start. He plans to move these profits into physical assets that provide even more stability and long-term cash flow. This is the map of the modern wealthy. They use the low cost of digital business to fund the high stability of physical wealth. He is no longer a slave to the clock. He has graduated from being a laborer to being an architect of his own financial destiny. It is 2:25 a.m. again. But this time, the silence of the room isn't heavy with dread. It is light with the promise of freedom. John is asleep. He can afford to sleep because his machine is awake. It's processing orders and helping customers across the globe right now. Out there, in the digital world, your machine can be working for you too. It doesn't need to eat, sleep, or take a break. The difference between John and you isn't talent or luck. It is the decision to stop selling time and start building a system. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for more knowledge. Start with the one thing you know and build from there, today. Every great empire started with a single, small, and often imperfect action. Your future self is waiting for you to make that choice. Will you wake up tonight because of worry? Or will you sleep soundly because you know your system is working for you? The choice is yours. Subscribe to join us on this journey of building freedom, one system at a time. Your awakening starts now. Build your machine. Reclaim your time. We will see you in the next video as we continue to unlock the secrets of wealth.